Welcome back, guys. This is another reaction video, and I'm going to be watching right now the developers' commentary on the Forza Horizon 4. I'm going to be looking at the gameplay and also be listening to the developers' commentary while I'm watching it, so that I can get like an understanding about the game. I haven't played any Forza Horizon game before. Any of the 1 to 3, I haven't tried it, so I just decided to just check out this one and let's see if it is entertaining or fascinating, so that I can play it. And by the end of this video, I'm going to give you my opinion and what I think, if I'm going to be enjoying this game or not. So without no further ado, let's get right into it.
So that's a good question. Let me just go back to something you just said there, because I think it's a very important caveat. Yeah, we're still in development. We are still working really hard, and I think we're about 3 months out from launch. So this is a developer build. It is still a work in progress. You might see some bugs in there, but I know you'll forgive us for that because I think it's really important that we start showing our fans more of this game. Yeah. Having talked about it last month, and that's what we're doing. But to your question, what are the features of summer? I think what we're seeing right here is kind of actually exactly the kind of summer we're seeing outside. Hot. Hot. Yeah. And we said at E3 that we wanted summer in Forza Horizon 4 to be like the perfect British summer, and I think some people may be like sniggered a little bit because British summer doesn't have the greatest reputation. Certainly we're in the middle of a heat wave here. It's been 30 degrees. We haven't seen rain in weeks.
Everyone would be like, if this was English summer a few years ago, I'd be like, this isn't summer, there's no rain, there's no wind. It's just like a couple days of sun, normally everyone's really happy. Yeah. But one thing as well, it's like, for everyone watching at home, if you've got any questions about Horizon 4, do drop them into the chat. Both Ralph and Ben will be answering them. So anything you've got, I'll put your questions in the chat right now. But Ben,
Okay, so you guys
you love the tree.
check out the questions they will be asking.
We've talked about it all day, right? Can you tell us a little bit about the trees in Horizon 4?
Sure. So it's fair to say every location that we go to with the Horizon game poses certain challenges when it comes to visuals, and Britain is known for being incredibly green in some ways. One of the things when you have people who visit you from other countries, I don't know whether you've had the same thing, but people always go like, I can't believe how lush and green this country is, and so that was obviously a big focus for us this time. So we spent a lot of time completely overhauling all of the rendering work that we put into our foliage. So all of our foliage shaders now do some really cool things, like they model the transmission of light through leaves, they model the specular across the individual leaves. I mean, it's all built up to give us the sort of rich variety of different types of foliage that you have in Britain that you didn't necessarily have in locations like Australia, for example.
Yeah, it does look absolutely gorgeous. So you've got like individual leaf, you've rendered individual leaves now, which will kind of like change the shadows.
Yes,
Okay.
Per pixel lighting is the fancy term that we throw at that. That's what that is.
Pixel lighting.
Yeah.
Because it's summer as well, like the arc of the sun is different to other seasons, isn't it? So you're going to get different shadows and different colourings on these trees.
Yeah, sure. So here's a cool bit of backstory actually. So right back when we were first investigating the tech that is now inside this game in terms of how the lighting is being reproduced, we did some sky captures, some sky data captures, and we threw it actually on the Horizon 2 environment that we had back then on the American coast. And that capture was taken from the UK in the middle of winter, and so it had this real stark kind of beauty to it. But it was also quite bleak look, and we threw that on top of Amalfi, and instantly it kind of had this weird thing where it's like, I've never seen the Italian coast looking wintry like that. So we knew that having the correct seasons captured and replicating game was going to be a huge part of making sure that authenticity came through with regards to the lighting model. So this is true for this. This is a capture that was actually taken last summer. So I don't know whether you remember, but actually we talked about this summer being amazing, but last summer was also pretty incredible.
Yeah, so it's a good replication. We've also just got some questions into the stream. So the Rangers asked, where are all the potholes in the roads?
We are the potholes.
Good timing. That's what you want.
Yeah, so actually on the subject of potholes, we have a process that we
it's hot, which means the sun is high, but it's still going to rain, and it will still rain in summer. Probably just less so than it does in spring and autumn, which are much more our rainy seasons.
I guess you're talking about the weather system of the game.
The thing that makes me excited about seasons is it's going to help complement different racing styles. So like in winter, I can kind of see drifting being really effective because you're going nice, while in summer you could be like straight road racing. You're going to be able to get those speeds. So that's something that you expect players to experience.
So I definitely think different seasons will complement different styles of gameplay, different types of gameplay. One thing that we have really been really at pains to ensure within the game is that you can still do everything and have fun doing everything in every season. Right? That's incredibly important to us. So you can do everything in summer that you can in winter or autumn and spring. It all still works. Obviously, the seasons will change the driving experience, and at its most extreme in winter, you're going to have ice, you're going to have snow. That's going to change up the way you tackle corners, the kind of cars you take into races. But you can still take out a supercar and drive along a road which is clear of snow in winter, and you can still have fun with that. We don't want to gate anything behind seasons.
So there's another thing with seasons. As we know, in winter, lakes are going to freeze over, and you're going to be able to go and like kind of visit areas that you wouldn't be able to see in summer. Is there anything like that in summer that's going to change, like with the heat? Is it going to is there anything that's going to change?
Yeah, absolutely. So sorry. I got carried away looking at the game.
I don't know.
So actually there is a really good example. So it's another water-based example. So our rivers, a couple of them completely dry up in summer. So there are numerous races that might make use of said river. So in summer you can imagine that the race is very different. The experience of driving along a dry river bed is very different to if it's running.
Wow, I just went back.
You might even want to reconsider which vehicles you use for said challenge, right? So there are definitely other examples.
Yeah, that's really exciting. It's one of the things that I'm most excited about seasons, like trying out different parts, and it's that extra level of exploration because the game looks completely different in winter compared to summer. So E3 demo, we talked a little bit about E3 earlier, is that on the demo you use the exact same road and it felt completely different in summer compared to winter.
Yeah, and a lot of people didn't get that about the E3 demo because when you went from autumn to winter, that road just looked and felt so completely different.
That's
when we said,
I love stunt games like that.
Absolutely, people will be exploring the world when they first get the game, but they're going to be exploring it like 4 times over. Every time the season takes over, there's going to be changes in the world. There's going to be new opportunities. There's going to be different things that you can do and see.
Yeah, because like the streams that we're doing, because we've got another stream next Tuesday, is week on week the season changes. Is that right?
So that's right. Yeah, and I think that's a hugely important sort of concept within the game. It ties into the concept of Horizon Life. It ties into the fact that Horizon is now a year-round affair rather than just this thing that happens like forever in summer. And it's the fact that seasons change everything: visuals, gameplay, driving experience, events and championships, and they do so for everyone every week. And I think there's a really important sense of collective experience that comes from that. I think everybody is going to be experiencing it together. Everyone's going to be talking about the things that they're looking forward to or the things they've found when it takes over. And I think that's going to be a hugely important aspect of the game as we get past launch.
It's going to be amazing because it's like that moment that you may of race in winter. It's just like you may be really comfortable with fans in winter. So like, just wait till it gets to winter. It's going to give these like experience.
Wow, this guy is nice.
Talk about and like throw back to, which is really cool. Another question for the chat as well is: tell us the size comparison of the map compared to Forza Horizon 3.
Sure.
Okay, so size comparison.
Exactly the same size as Forza Horizon 3's map, but obviously you'll be experiencing that map in four completely different scenarios. And as we said before, that seasonality changes absolutely everything. Dramatically changes the visuals in the world and the driving experiences.
Wow.
So also talking about like ecosystems, I think it's when hold on, it is eco types. So Dan, I was like ecosystems, ecotype. No, I remember Dante just said, what area of the UK is this based?
So just as we've been driving around. But there is the Yorkshire Moors, there's the Welsh Valleys, there is the Scottish Highlands, so we've got bits of Glencoe, Glenfinnan Viaduct. We've got the city of Edinburgh.
There's a lot of Scotland in the I wonder why.
Strangest thing.
Did you have any influence on that any chance?
No, but I was pleased with the
I bet you were.
So yes, we always kind of do like a greatest hits of whatever location we visit with an Horizon game. It's exactly what we did with Australia.
Yeah.
We didn't build the whole thing, but we
It's like taking little parts of it.
yeah, the most beautiful bits, the most interesting and fun bits. It's exactly what we've done with Britain as well, and it turns out it's an incredibly varied world. I mean, Britain. I kind of feel like we've kind of rediscovered Britain ourselves from making this game. I think the majority of the team here at Playground are from Britain.
I noticed just having a little play on it earlier is the little details like the road signs. Like,
Yeah.
and like you're going onto the motorway and you're like, hold on a second. It's like actually being in England.
So that was.
I've
exactly
noticed
kind of
that
what
too,
me as
the
well
road
when they
signs.
went in.
I noticed it.
And we always we talked about the feedback we got from Australians last time, and one of the things Australians went like really nuts for was the wheelie bins. We were just like,
And the phone booths as well.
yeah, we were just like, cool. And now I totally get what they were saying, because it's kind of the little things, the mundane things. If you're from this location, the blue motorway signs, you're like, oh yeah,
You
really
realise,
built that.
and then suddenly you just kind of put your foot on the accelerator and just go down a little bit faster. Also, another question from the chat. Would you
Okay.
like mentioning Edinburgh? Fishies at Seymour asks, are there any castles?
There are a few.
Castles.
There are.
Yeah, so as well as some of the locations that Ralph mentioned, we've got Bamber in there as well, which people from the UK will probably recognise the name of. So that actually has a really cool, huge castle that we've created as a gameplay arena. So you can play both like King and Infected there, and that is also set right on the edge of a beach. And so it's like this really cool, dramatic visual where you get this massive coastline and then this. It's
I can just imagine this kind of like, I can already see people making like time lapses of like all the different seasons and going back to like the bits, like different points, like Bamber Castle, and just kind of like it looking absolutely stunning. But another question from the chat from Octopus Decoy. I want to know if about mud and sand dynamic. Working beaches. How's that going to work in summer compared to different seasons?
More than
So
sand.
yeah, like we were saying earlier, hottest season, least rain, water levels drop, the earth is all kind of baked and hard and dusty, so you don't get, I think I'm right saying you don't get mud in summer?
You will, but only where it's really, really saturated. So
Right,
you get like
right.
the edge of a puddle or like a big lake. you
Gotcha.
get like a lot of-
So much less than you do in spring or autumn, which are obviously have higher rainfall. But I'm glad Octopus Decoy brought that up, because deformable mud, deformable sand are both sort of kind of new features that we've got in the game. And I think it being autumn next week,
We'll get to see a little bit more.
I think we'll do a bit of deformable mud.
Also, right, can we knock over some red post boxes? Right,
Yeah, and it's as satisfying as you would have imagined.
The letters go flying everywhere, like the posts.
You've got it, yeah, absolutely.
Now I kind of want to see a post box get hit. If we find a post box, we'll try
Really,
and
there's
hit one.
probably one in Ambleside.
Wow, you can see.
Cortana's just asked.
That's another sign.
We'll see later on the stream as well. What kind of animals can we expect? Bunnies?
Yeah, absolutely. So you'll see bunnies walking across. Oh, there you go.
We've timed this well every time so far. Potholes, pothole. Sheep, there we have them.
Yeah, and you might see the odd deer, for instance.
Yeah, there are
the north
deer.
of the map. Some chickens.
Chickens.
All of which are fantastically adept at avoiding cars.
It's, of course, like if now, guys, is because E3 was a month ago, which has just absolutely flown by. For those of you that might not have seen it, here's all the action that took place. Let's take a look.
Okay, so you guys come to the end for this developers commentary, and now let me give you my opinion about this game. First of all, I like the fact that this game is very realistic. If you'll be following my recent videos from now, you know that I'm the kind of person that don't really like unrealistic games. So basically, this is the type of game that I can really fall in love with, seriously. And for the fact that it's open world, it makes it more dynamic. Like, you can explore without it, just like Need for Speed. But this type of game is actually different in terms of vehicles. What I've noticed there is it doesn't really tally with Need for Speed's kind of game. So I feel that this Forza Horizon 4 is going to be really a very good game, and I will try it out. Seriously, I will really try it out. And the most fascinating thing about it is that those signs, what I'm like, the detailing was very high. Those signs, I can't believe in a video game they go to and you put that extra mile of including road signs. That, wow, that's really good for the developers. I really like them a lot. And you guys have come to the end of this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and what you think about this game, how it's going to be. And don't forget, it's coming out in 2018, like in less than 3 months from now, basically. So you guys, I'll advise you check out this game, even if you don't want to, even if you are not a racer kind of person. You can just try it out. Seriously, you might enjoy it. But from what I've seen here, wow, this game is going to be really interesting. I even like how they included animals. So they made the map come to life. Like, you know that, okay, this is the real world. And also they included photos. that's very creative. Like, seriously, they included photos. Never seen that kind of stuff before. But maybe because I've not played Forza Horizon 3 or 2 or 1, maybe. But I feel that Forza Horizon series is like a trend they've been keeping, and for them to come up with that is very good of them. So you guys, like this video, subscribe to my channel for more videos like this, and also comment your thoughts on in the comment section below, and let me know what you think about this game. See you guys later. Bye.